Gentlemen, it's now time for our chat number 2, and this is related to the upcoming AI Summit. Now, India is gearing up to host that landmark event. In the world of artificial intelligence, this event was last year, hosted by France. The India AI Impact Summit 2026. This is the first ever global AI summit to be held in the Global South. Is all set to take place from February 16th to the 20th at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. In fact, amongst the many leaders who are going to be coming to India, to New Delhi, is going to be French President Emmanuel Macron. He's going to be in Mumbai for a day, and then after that, he comes to Delhi. Now, this event is organized under the India AI mission by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. And this summit shifts the global conversation from AI safety and dialogue to real-world impact and focusing on inclusive, responsible, and people-centric AI that benefits humanity.
Absolutely, Sumita. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to address the main plenary on February 19. The event will see an impressive lineup of global tech leaders, and 40-plus CEOs from India and around the world are anticipated to attend, along with participants from more than 100 countries. This high-profile gathering underscores India's rising role as a leader in shaping ethical and impactful AI for the future, especially for the emerging economies. To discuss this and the role of AI in shaping this particular space going forward, we have Dr. Amit Sheth, who is the founding director of IAIRO. Dr. Sheth, thank you so much for joining us on ET Now today. And considering that you have more than 4 decades of experience in the space of technology, you being an engineer yourself, you once called, in fact, IAIRO as the ISRO for AI. In your terms, help us understand how significant this summit is and how important is the role your organization is playing, to change the life of like an everyday user of AI, let's say by 2030, next 5 to 6 years?
Well, the summit is extremely significant. Just look at the scale of this summit. Just look at the quality of the people that are attending this summit. Just look at the agenda of this summit. Such a large gathering, it shows that India can build a very large ecosystem in AI, and that it can take its rightful place, just the same way that India has been a juggernaut in the services industry in the past decades. I think that India should be and can be similarly very significant player in AI, and that is what this summit will demonstrate. Now, with regards to IAIRO, Indian AI Research Organization, we have taken a unique part of the segment of the AI. We are bringing something very new to the AI to India. Yes, you mentioned I've been in US for 44 years, and now I have moved back to India to start this for doing something unique. So happened that I was invited to meet our Honorable Prime Minister on 27th December 2023. And then asked to give a keynote to the Chief Secretary's Conference. We have 150, 200 top bureaucrats, IAS officers there. And what I sought to do during those two events was to try and describe a unique part of the AI ecosystem where India should play a major role. My objective was to identify the area where India
Absolutely,
can be leader. It can be leader in a very important, valuable part of the AI. So IAIRO has...
Right. So, Dr. Sheth, let me ask you, when you say that India can be an important part of yes, we'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment, but if you could also perhaps speak about the fact that, while we're seeing diverse set of changes that are happening all across industries, right? I mean, AI has completely disrupted industries. But the way the US is approaching this AI industry, AI developments is vastly different from China's approach. So where do you think India can emerge as far as taking up a leadership role in global AI is concerned?
Very, very important question. So if you look at US, it has really mastered this development of generative AI, the large language models. And sucking up all of the world's data that is online that they can get access to, and even some data where they don't have license to. They took all that data and created these massive models, and this high it is very, very expensive to create and maintain and such. But what problem does it solve? It solves the problem basically related to what consumers may want. It is handling the problem related to content and you can and creative work. It does not. Now China has taken the same general technology but made it available for enterprise uses. So underlying technology for this language model is somewhat similar or more or less similar, but they have achieved a different level of, they have used different architecture, and they have achieved significant performance gains and efficiency in training the model. India has but on all this, a very important part of the whole AI ecosystem is not covered, and that is called enterprise, high value mission critical enterprise applications. Imagine that you want to have very high quality pharma production process, that you don't want to have any of the quality control problem. Imagine that you want to have your semiconductor factory run without failure, and if there is any error or exception, it is handled very rapidly with minimum downtime. Otherwise, it is very expensive.
Absolutely, Dr. Sheth. So AI playing a role at like a larger organization and enterprise level. But my next question to you is a fairly simple, maybe you could say like, very silly one. But given India's diversity in terms of languages, 20 languages, the kind of scale that India has, how can, India as a nation and like an organization such as yours, which is IAIRO, ensure that a farmer in a part of rural India interacts the same manner with AI as a techie who's based in Bangalore? And, if let's say for example, if I'm a young engineer with a breakthrough idea today when it comes to AI, what is the first door that I should knock? So what is the roadmap that India has to, include the entire nation in its AI roadmap going forward, especially after, at a time when we are hosting a summit of such a gathering in the country?
There are two separate problems. One is that of linguistic diversity and a related issue. And I think India is doing fairly well with Sarvam, Bharat Gen, and AI for Bharat. However, there is another very important problem. The example you took of agriculture, meeting that particular farmer's need, or the examples I'm talking about, say in pharma industry, innovations going from volume to value, or in the case of healthcare, provide nationwide healthcare services just the same way that India did amazing job with digital infrastructure. We could do similar health stack for nation level health situation, handling blood pressure or hypertension, handling diabetes, handling mental health issues. So creating focused solutions in all of this area, which you can't create it with the current generation of large language models. So we are working on this small, custom, meaning solving specific tasks and specific industry problems. Compact, meaning small models, not those massive monolith models that cost a lot of money, but agile model, and for which Indian companies can own IP, and then so provide solution to India and the world. That class of AI solution, so we call custom, compact, neurosymbolic, composite AI models, a fourth generation of AI model, and we have a paper that describes very well. I had given a copy to Vaishnavji also. That is something India can own, and that will be very high. So Indian companies can own high IP, and it does not have to have investment of the large language models and massive infrastructure, and yet create very high value services for the nation and the world. And that is a part that I'm advocating we will
Absolutely,
occupy.
Dr. Sheth. Absolutely, Dr. Sheth, and that has been a less resource-intensive approach to developing AI, to developing some of these models, which are largely focused around the key services that can be delivered, whether it's related to education, whether it's related to health. This is essentially what India is going to be focusing on. But it remains to be seen how this approach really pays off. And at the AI summit, how do different nations that are going to be coming here, the different global CEOs who are going to be coming here, what is it that they think of India as an AI power? That remains to be seen. But thank you very much for your time. It was a fascinating conversation. It was lovely to hear your thoughts and your insights on the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's